Commission meeting to order. Start with the public hearing for the proposed 2026 budget. Open for public comment for the 2026, to comment on the proposed 2026 budget. Care to comment on it? Nine? No? Minute? Okay, so we're gonna close the comment for public hearing for the 2026 budget. Now move into our normal scheduled meeting. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye.
Here.
Commissioner Ludlow.
Here.
Commissioner Bray. Here. Commissioner Peterson.
Here.
Commissioner Fournier. Here. Commissioner Britton.
Here.
Commissioner Konashevsky.
Here.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Here. Jesse?
I just wanted to read a quick statement on behalf of the board and the county for the public gathered here today. On Monday, November 24, the Alpena County Sheriff's Department released their animal control officer from employment effective immediately. Shortly after being made aware of this news, I traveled with the chairman of the board to the animal control facility to check in and conduct a quick walkthrough and to make sure staff had what they needed in the interim. During that visit, we made it clear that operations would continue as normal, and we organized a meeting to take place the next day, which would be today, with the team to work out the details of scheduling and to ensure we had everything taken care of in the meantime. Later in the day, we were made aware that there was false information being put out on social media and through the community and throughout the region to that end. And to that, I'd like to address a few points. One, we are not closing down the Alpena County Animal Control Facility. Two, we are not euthanizing our animals. Three, we are not changing our guidelines as to breeds of dogs or types of animals we will take in. Four, Under Sheriff Crowe will be the direct report for the immediate future. All inquiries and concerns should be communicated directly to him. Five, we will not be disclosing the reason or reasons for the animal control officer being let go. The board respects that this is a personnel matter, which does not fall under access by the Freedom of Information Act. Five, the Alpena County Board of Commissioners stands with our sheriff in his decision. And we also support our Alpena County Animal Control Shelter and the care they provide to the animals who have been abused, neglected, and are in need in our community. In closing, we have a full agenda today, and while we appreciate that many are present here today to express support for our shelter and its continued operations, and we welcome comments from the public, we will have to move those particular ones to the end of the agenda as they are not relevant to the business listed on the agenda. And we have two members that do have a strict timeline today, may need to leave early, and it's important that we get through the votes before they depart. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have the agenda. Everyone has a copy of the agenda. We did have to make some changes due to the conflicts that we might have later in the meeting, so we moved some items. So everyone has a copy of the agenda. I'd look for a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Peterson.
Support.
Support by Commissioner Britton. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. So we have a public comment, and as Jesse said, it's a 3-minute public comment to comment on the agenda items only, and we will have at the end of the meeting opportunity for everyone to comment on other items as they wish. Does anybody have any public comment on the agenda items? Anybody online? Okay, we'll close public comment. Moving into the bills to pay. I've got a copy of those. Any questions?
I'll make a motion that way.
We have a motion by Commissioner LaHaye, or support by Commissioner Ludlow.
I got one question.
One question?
Yeah. Cash, can you, on the inmate, medical, why it's so high this month?
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't look at it.
Okay. Well, I can get back to me later on.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. That's all I got.
Let me just look real quick. you're talking the 17.
17,000, yeah.
Well, that does range anywhere between 17. I mean, I know that I have every month they give me a list of it, so
Okay.
that varies. Yeah, and it's,
I know it was lower last.
yeah, it does vary
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so we do have a motion, support. Any other questions? If not, I'd look for a roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, we have budget adjustments. Is that under you, Jesse?
I can speak to them. The first is just certain items that she needs in other line items. She has over in a few and under in others. So it's just to get that taken care of so she can complete operations through the year. And the second one is a adjustment. There's 150,000 that was supposed to be transferred from the blended funding into the sheriff's office. We're just looking for that transfer to go ahead and be approved.
Okay, so looking for a motion to approve the 150 to the sheriff's office for the Family Division Enhanced Fund Agreement as presented.
motion.
Motion by Commissioner Fournier,
I'll support.
support by Commissioner Bray. Any other discussions? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky, Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next item, did you want the public conservator?
I covered both of those.
Oh, okay, so we did both of those.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Consent calendar. Do you have a copy of the consent calendar?
Chairman, there's just one note. I know Commissioner LaHaye was interested in the sculpture at the last meeting and where it would be placed. Commissioner, I'm not sure if you were made apprised, but they decided that the placement would most likely be at the corner opposite of the War Memorial at one corner. So it'd be on the corner of 9th and Chisholm at that corner there.
I read that.
Oh,
It's okay.
Okay, other than that, is there any items on the consent calendar that anyone would like to pull, or if not, I'd look for a motion to adopt.
I'd like to pull action item number CPSC-2,
PPSC.
interim firearm policy.
Okay, so we'll pull that. Any other items? If not, I'd look for a motion to approve the consent calendar with that one item.
Make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Konashevsky,
Support.
support by Commissioner Britton. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Konashevsky, Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes,
Motion carried.
okay. You want to talk about that item?
Well, reason to come up here to the full board, or so the full board could have a discussion about that item.
Yep.
So I think we should discuss it. My personal opinion is I'm not for it.
Okay. I'm just trying to get to the consent. So the CPS, the number 2, which was the committee recommended approval to adopt Judge Black's interim firearm policy pending full board approval as presented. So, Commissioner Bray had some concerns, but again, we wanted to, in the interim policy, as Judge Black indicated, was that he has the authority to approve whether or not people have firearms. Or elected officials, more specifically, it was the elected officials with the CPL. So I guess we'll look for, comments and discussion on what majority of the board feels.
I don't think it's a solution to the problem at hand.
Well,
I think having more firearms in the courtrooms and walking down the halls is just asking for trouble.
Well, I think, I don't think, obviously, and I can't tell you how many people have a CPL. I would think that the reason you have a CPL is you don't run around advertising that you have a CPL. But again, I think that my feeling is that if the judge is comfortable with it, and I know we would be, we do have some, I think, initial conversations, or we'll have more initial conversations as we move into the next year on how we move forward. I know that I had a conversation with the sheriff. The sheriff didn't want to be put in a position where he was the deciding factor or responsible for that decision. And I also think that the judge is good with moving forward with this. He wrote the letter with the expectation that we would have continued discussion on how we want to move forward, what other expectations there would be, because again, I know that when you get a CPL you get the CPL, you go pay for was it 3-4 years, you have to.
5
5 years, you have to pay for your new CPL, but there's no other training. So why, you could have received your CPL training, 15, 20 years ago. And I think that the judge's thoughts were that there should be other requirements along with that, other than just say blanket approval. Anyone that has a CPL that wants to carry, again, you would have to get his approval. But I think that initially, I don't have any problems with it. I know where we probably get into a little bit more stickier situations are when we get other people that have a CPL. With the elected officials, we know who's an elected official and who isn't. So the majority of the pool is a lot smaller for those individuals. So.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, John, because I think just elected officials, I wouldn't want to see it for everybody, but for elected officials.
You're not going to identify anyone.
No,
So my question is that on this board here, are you all comfortable that if anyone had their concealed, that if we had a episode, that we would not react impulsively, or we would leave it to the law enforcement to take care of it?
Well, I'm going to throw Nick under the bus here because I know he has specific training from the military. I know, in my years that I was with the military, I've had some training as well. I think there needs to be additional training. I don't think it should be just a blanket thing where we allow, because that was a concern.
You renew after 5 years, you
No, I know.
renew it.
But I think when talking with the judge, that there should be something additional, not just you get a blanket, I just paid my $100 for my new CPL, I'm good. So I think I'm good with his initial document.
If I could, sorry, I just think for the purpose of clarification, I kind of fast track this conversation. It's important to mention whether the board passes this interim policy or not. If you read it, it pretty much is state law already. All it's saying is the judge can do it or not. I think the real question is, beyond this interim policy, is there an appetite by this board for us to have an actual policy where it's basically a step and there's, as the judge said, another individual or body connected to approving these requests. But the interim policy as it stands, even if the board says they don't want to pass this, everything that's in here still stands. It's just state statute that he determines for the courtrooms. I guess the other issue is that we have other county buildings, and I think that's where his request that another individual or body weighs in on approving it for county grounds. It just kind of checks it where that county official would be able to carry in the courtroom in other county buildings that we may own. So I just, for the sake of that, want to let you know, no matter what you do with this today, the judge could turn it around tomorrow and say, Commissioner Bray, you can carry, and there's nothing that, if this doesn't pass, doesn't prevent that. So I think the bigger question is whether or not you want us to produce a more intricate policy that puts that second tier and that the judge requested.
And I think that's what he was looking for too.
I think so.
He thought that there should be an additional level. Again, we needed his initial or his letter to Courts and Public Safety was submitted for us to review, and then we actually, I know you had some concerns and wanted to bring it to the rest of the board for a further discussion. So that's what this is.
Well, I don't have a problem with it myself. Way the things are this day and age, that maybe the sheriff could use some extra backup once in a while. I don't think anybody on this board that does have a license is gonna run around with their weapon saying, look at me, I brought it to a meeting. I mean,
No, I mean, get scared, like,
well, I don't, if you don't know somebody's got it, I'm not gonna get scared.
Well, I would probably make a motion that we move this forward that with the stipulation, we're gonna form a committee to with the judge and probably Nick and before to have some training on it.
Yeah.
Nick's qualified for that.
Okay, so
You have to check everybody that comes into the building in order
That's just
to solve the
elected.
problem. So you've got to decide whether you want to do that or you just let it go.
Because anybody can bring a gun in now.
They don't have to have the CPO or anything else.
Then we're not gonna know, no,
If the bad guys always got the gun, they don't,
that's right.
What the sign says or what anybody else says. The only way you're gonna solve your security problem.
just check them at the door.
You duck underneath the counter.
Well, that's good for us. That's good for us, Bill, but what about these guys?
Yeah, I know it, but I mean,
Yes.
Well, so
that's my
that was,
motion.
you made a motion. So we have a motion by Commissioner Peterson
I'll support.
and then support by Commissioner Fournier. Any further discussion? If not, why don't you do roll call on that?
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
No,
Commissioner Bray,
yes,
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes,
Motion carried.
okay.
So you're gonna have Nick sitting there.
But we'll get that figured out, we'll expect a phone call. So, okay, next item up is Jesse, County Administrator.
It's the big show. Right, time we're adopting the 2026 budget. I have not received any questions pertaining to the budget except from one. Our former county clerk, Bonnie Friedrichs, and I had met. I think I answered all of her questions to satisfaction. Other than that, I don't have any other notes or items to flag or bring before the board, any concerns.
I will point out, we had one individual that did come up to the treasurer's office. So I think it's nice when you actually have a concerned citizen come, look at the budget and actually take the time to review that. And if you have any questions, which we appreciate the time that you took to come in and look. Okay, so I guess we're looking for a motion to adopt the 2026 budget.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Fournier,
I'll support.
support by Commissioner Ludlow. Any further discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next item is the adoption of the treasurer's resolution and reserve recommendations.
Yeah, so there's a number of resolutions. These are all procedural. They allow just for the operations of the various funds that we work within.
You're going to read each one of them,
I
sir?
was not planning on.
All right, so I'll go through each one. I'm not going to read it, but I'll just say I'm looking for a recommendation to approve the resolution for the component funds. Oh, yeah.
We group them all together.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that would be a time saver.
Yeah.
So, action items 8 through 14, which, or no, 15. Want me to read each one, or do you guys all have a copy of it?
We're looking at them.
Okay, so I guess we'd look for a motion to approve all the resolutions that we normally approve every year at this time, 8 through 15.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Britton, support by Commissioner Peterson. Any discussion, comments? We'll do roll call on that one as well.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
motion carried.
The next item, discussion about the 911 director salary.
I think we've supplied as much information as possible to the board. At this point, it's just up to the board to decide how they'd like to move forward. We do have to have salaries secured before the end of November for the following fiscal year, so just looking for guidance as to what that amount will be.
Yes. Kim, question.
Yeah.
Kim,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Could you please tell me what type of training did you have to become a 911 director? Or what type of a degree do you need for a 911 director?
So there's not a college path for dispatch directing. I do have a bachelor's in business administration with a concentration on business management. Since I became so I worked a job for a number of weeks as interim. When I was appointed permanently, I did attend several training, new director training seminars through the state and completed those. I have the certificates from those. And I continue to attend other trainings that the state 911 office has offered, like as continuing education.
Okay, thank you.
Certainly. Anyone else have any questions I can answer?
So I did get information. So the original motion by the board back in May of 2000, I think May of 2022, was at the time, I think, looking at this motion, it looks like the intent was to, because we didn't have an assistant director at the time, but the board approved hiring a 20-hour per week assistant and then making you, Kim, the director of 911 and emergency management at the time. So with that, there was the increase of 10,000 to pay to take on those additional duties. So I guess it just depends on how the board feels. I know there's been some conversations with, yes, I know Jesse sent out individually some thoughts on some options that we could do. So I guess I would ask that, what is the board's thoughts on this?
My originally, when I answered back to Jesse, there was that 10,000. I had replied that $5,000, and plus another 5,000 once she becomes a full-time 911 dispatcher.
Okay.
I think that's.
That's certification.
Certification. That's
Well,
certification,
so-
right?
So there's
Yeah.
training to be a 911 dispatcher, and that's what she's gonna be working on, correct, Kim?
Yes, sir.
And how long does that take?
I don't,
They believe they can complete it before the end of next year.
wasn't it like 3 months if you were dedicated or something? Not dedicated, but constant, that's all you were doing.
They express confidence that she'd be able to fast track it because of her experience having worked in that department.
Okay, so we have Bill's thoughts. Do we have any other thoughts? Because I know with Jesse's options, there were like 7 different options, 1 through 7, and they varied from, well, actually, I think they varied from just leaving it all the way down to nothing, and then So what is everybody else thinking?
Did she get a raise when she took over the new job?
Well, when she took over the position, she actually went from the commissioner's office. And initially she was doing 30 hours at 911 and then 10 hours out of the commissioner's office. Once Tim, you were hired, then she shifted her total focus to 911 and EM. So did she get a raise? Yes, correct? Yeah. Yeah. So when she took the job, she got a raise, take the director position. And again, I think this motion back in May of 22 was to give her the extra money to do both positions. So,
I wanted to ask Bill about his, so,
Bill, this would Bill
um,
Peterson.
yeah, troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
Okay, so she went from 49 to 59.
Back in 2022.
Right. So what we want to do, and she got that 10,000 because she became the EMS director also.
Yeah.
So are you saying we're gonna take the 10 away and then
Well, you
give
technically.
her 5,000 raise?
That would be the.
So instead of taking away the 10, you take away 5. So
Take away
she
5.
Keeps 5, and then when she gets the additional training, she gets the extra 5.
Say, so it's a wash.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
eventually it will be.
Will be.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Any other comments?
I don't have a problem with that either when I saw.
So
Yeah.
Jesse did some comparables and I'm sitting here looking at it and
Well, Jesse didn't do those.
I had the counties
Yeah.
listed, yeah, and we had that information collected. Yep.
and according to this, she's underpaid as she is.
Well, when those were taken, it doesn't say what type of training on that list
Well,
these
yeah,
people had. And that's why I asked her what type of training that she had. And the only type she got is what we gave her after she became the director. So I don't know what these people on that list, all that they are receiving, do they have more training? I
Well,
don't know that. If I'd known that, I would have had a problem. But I kind of do because, I mean, that's not telling me what type of education these people have or how many years they've been there. It's not telling me any of that.
it just is, and that's kind of where I'm coming from
So
too. So any other thoughts, comments?
Yeah, I actually spent a little time actually doing the math on this, so I bothered Jennifer for quite a while. So based on where she started at the 49,000 back in May of 22, she was at 49,000. And if we took the whole 10,000 away at this point, she'd be at 59,000 some change at this point, which works out to a 21.2% increase over the course of 42 months. That said, I agree with Dan that on the comparables, she's actually appears to be underpaid for what we've been shown. So I think you can actually make the case pretty well for what Bill proposed, to get her back more in line with her peers. And she's still actually over the course of the 42 months has still shown some pretty significant increase in pay.
I agree with Bill's motion. It makes sense.
Okay, so. Was that a
That
motion?
motion, I'll make a motion.
sport.
A motion and support. Any other discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
No,
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Commissioner Forner,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
No.
Motion carried.
Next item is we tracked, or actually, for you.
That's me. So we had the park vehicle that we brought back into the county and we put one in the sheriff's department and one with grounds and maintenance. When we were doing this, there was an error on my part. So we had that we would pay the Alpena County Sheriff $10,000 from a certain line item on or after January 1st, 2026. In the meantime, as we were working through the budget, I'd actually built in, and the thought being that we were going to be making him whole so that he could afford the new lease on this vehicle, and it wouldn't affect his budget. However, when we were building the budget, we incorporated the $12,000 into that line item on top of it, which basically does make him whole starting in 2026. So what we're asking for is just to retract the part that we're going to be paying him the additional 10,000 from that particular line item, seeing as how the money for the lease was already built in, and that was the whole point of giving him that additional funding. So I guess we just put it in two locations in essence as we were building out the budget.
Okay. So I'm looking for a motion to retract the last portion of board action number 15 on October 30th, 2025. Jesse just mentioned.
I'll make the motion.
A motion by Commissioner Konashevsky,
I'll support.
support by Commissioner Gray. Any other questions? I've already approved that, so actually go ahead, please.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next item is Adam, MSU Extension.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adam Fredericksville, District 14 Director for MSU Extension. Good to see you again. It's that time of the year where we're presenting our annual report to you. And I have passed out the report. I just want to highlight a few things. I also have with me today Michelle Eagling, who's our Alpena County 4-H Program Coordinator. I'll give you a brief update on 4-H, and then I'll be available for questions. During the past year, we had 249 programs accessed by Alpena County residents. These vary from one-day programs, self-paced programs, in-person programs, or online and hybrid programs as well. Some programs might be one day, some programs might be twice a week for 6 to 8 weeks, just depending on which ones they chose. And we had Alpena County residents taking hundreds of programs. We also reached almost 21,000 on social media. We use that to communicate upcoming classes, the latest on scientific articles that come out on new research. The 4-H pages use that to communicate with the Alpena 4-H community about upcoming changes and opportunities for 4-H kids in the county. And we reached 3,400 through direct programming in Alpena County and 5,800 in indirect programming. And before I have another update, I'll give you on one other thing I want to bring to your attention, but I want Michelle to have an opportunity to give you a 4-H update over the last year as well.
I'll take my jacket off, but I was going to. Hi, I'm Michelle Eagling, so I'm Alpena's 4-H program coordinator. As always, just kind of a brief thing of the fun things that we get to do. So if you guys look on your second page, that's just kind of a larger synopsis. One of the things that I think is really great in the past year, we have actually here in Alpena County, we're able to give over $10,000 in scholarships, like back to the community here through our program and access. So some of those include community college things, some scholarships for people to go to MSU, scholarships to attend statewide programs as well as national. So we actually had a couple of youth that did a lot of statewide programming this year. And I'm actually looking to take 3 kids to this coming year to a capital experience where they'll get to kind of do creation of bills and sit in front of the governor, and they'll meet a lot of our legislators down there. So that's one of the things that I'm working on this year for 3 of our youth. I think wrap up for our 2025 year, the newest thing that I think we accomplished this year was at Lincoln School, we put in a garden. So that's something that last minute came to my plate. I'm pretty good of like, if something needs to get done, we'll get it done. And so we were able to actually put in a garden at Lincoln School, and the 5th grade kids were part of that process. And we went through natural resources. We talked about bees, we talked about pollination, and those kids got to work with me. We planted seeds right from the get-go, put them in the garden. That was a larger community project. I got a lot of support from some other companies in the county to support that. And we built them a garden. Any questions?
Thank you.
One other update I just wanted to highlight because it's new is for many years, well, for 100 years, Extension's been providing agriculture programming. But one of the things that we do that's really important for everybody in the state is we provide continuing education training for everybody that has a pesticide license. Well, anybody that applies pesticides in the state requires a license through MDOT. And MSU Extension provides the training that gives continuing education credits for them to keep their license. And also we do training for the tests. So when they take the test through MDARD, but they can take a half-day session with us to get continuing education credits or to sit for the test. So this year, in addition to the 28 sessions around the state that we ran for people to do in person, we also added an online version to that. And that's been years in the making because everything related to that has to be in lockstep with what MDARD requires for certification. But now people can take that through online webinars as well. I really think that's going to help our agricultural community in Northern Michigan. We've always offered one in-person session in Gaylord, and sometimes we've done them here in Alpena too. But now they can take a webinar too. So if the in-person one isn't on the right day or they're busy that day and they don't have to travel somewhere else in the state, they can take the online webinar to get their continuing education credit. So I think that's going to be a really positive service for the agricultural community in the state and Alpena County as well. And with that, there's a lot in this annual report. So if you have questions later, you feel free to contact me at any time. But does anybody have any questions for me now?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item. Jessica? How's it going?
Good morning. My name is Jessica Van Wolfen. I am the Community Corrections Program Manager for Alpena, Montmorency, Otsego, Sheboygan, Crawford, and Alcona. I am just here today to ask for your blessing to approve our grant. Our grant was approved back in June, but then with the government shutdown, obviously our budget was held off a little bit. We were able to secure $221,000 this year. We asked for $375,000, so obviously it's a lot less, but we dealt with the same thing last year. Over here in Alpena, we work inside the jail. Her name is Nicole Hatch, and she does jail programming that's cognitive based. And last year we were able to work with 59 individuals, and they all successfully completed the 18-week program. So I don't ask for any money. I just ask for you to sign off on our grant.
Make a motion.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Peterson, support by Commissioner Fournier. The only question that I have when I was looking at this, I went back to the last 3 years. There is quite a fluctuation. In 24, it was 291, 25, 175, and then 26, 221. How does that work, and why is there such a fluctuation there?
So we get money down from the federal government, and what had happened about 5 years ago and 4 years ago, the money was not utilized like it should have been. So then that was our significant drop in the 175. They basically said, if you're not going to use our money, we're not going to give it to you. Some counties get $2 million. So they really try to save some of the money in our smaller rural counties, and they take it away from us to give it to bigger areas. So then this year we used every penny last year, plus we asked for 10,000 more. And I believe we ended the year with just about 4,000 we didn't use. So this year is why they agreed to give us that much more.
So you put in a request, and as you stated, it was a lot more than this. We're up to their discretion on what they decide to give you.
Yes.
Okay.
And we did have 4 new counties join the Community Corrections Board this year. So that's a lot of the reason as well.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion in support. well, we're just approving this, so I guess all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Next item up is Nick Keegan's airport manager.
Good afternoon. I didn't know if any of you got this sent in email, so I could print out a copy to take a look for the PFC program. We were supposed to go over this in facilities. Sort of skipped it. We were bouncing around the schedule a little bit. If you take a look at it, it gives you the scope of what RSNA does for our PFC program. Not asking for any money. This is already budgeted in, and this is reimbursed through MDOT also. But I do need to have your approval so that I can go forward and renew the contract with RSNH for another year to handle the PFC charges, which passenger facility charges. Anybody that sits in the seat of the aircraft, we make money off that. So we're just going to go ahead. We've had RSNH since 2024. Before that was Primary Airport Services. They no longer handle this. So we reached out to RSNH in 2024. They've taken care of the program since, and they've done an outstanding job. They find us money. They dig deep. I would really prefer to stay with RSNH if we can. And like I said, if you take a look at all this, it gives you the scope of the work that they do for us monthly.
There was a paragraph in there that they're correcting a 22 audit.
Yes, actually, they've had to go back and correct the 2016 audit, the 22 audit, and that should take care of any corrections from the past. And we should
Had them since 24, you said? 24?
Yes,
Oh.
we've had those. So Primary Airport Services, there was a discrepancy, and they found that. They've also, there was a small discrepancy in 2016 that this is how far back they've dug to make sure that we're in compliance with the program. And that's what they do on a monthly basis.
That's why I figured as you were talking that that's what this was.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so looking for a motion to approve. Actually, we don't have one. I guess I'd look for a motion to approve 2024, this is recorded.
Make the motion to move forward to continue to use RSNH.
Support it. Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Konashevsky, support by Commissioner Peterson. The only question that I have when I was looking at this, says the overall fee, including fees for 25 work and 26 work, up at 90,000. What is that fee?
That would be the maximum they would charge. So we get a monthly charge for their services.
Is the 1850?
Yes. Yeah, but if we had to use them for anything else, go further for audits, or they would cap at $95,000.
Where does that money come from? That comes out of the PFC?
Yes, that comes, it's paid for itself right out of that fund. And that's one of the audits that they found that we were actually paying part of that where we don't have to. So they've gone back to amend that. So we won't have any money coming out of pocket.
Okay. Okay, so we have a motion in support. Did you do roll call on that one as well?
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
The next item, we have reports. We have our updates for facilities, which is nice. Any other updates other than is in the same calendar?
No, we decided to give the ice rink one more year extension on their lease. Do some further due diligence to see where we want to move forward next year. Went over the airport reports. Nothing significant.
Okay, thank you. Courts and Public Safety, Commissioner Bray?
Yes, what we discussed, the flock safety, the sheriff department is installing cameras. We had a little bit of discussion about that. And then, in line with the firearm request was a letter that we received from, a local law firm on the security issues in the courthouses. So, what we are going to do is for our next course meeting, we're going to put together a committee. And we're going to start discussing and looking at the security issues and how we want to proceed. And I think the administrator's office is doing that. Would like, I would say Deputy Lash, would like to see him because he gave me a tour and I could see of the empty courthouses and we'd like to kind of start an ad hoc committee. We're going to do that the next course meeting, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. Next,
State, yeah.
personnel. Anything you want to
I
add?
have nothing to report.
Okay, all right, thank you. Moving on, special orders. I don't think we have anything under there. Unfinished business. We don't-
Chairman, just one note on the unfinished business. I just wanted to let the committee know they had, during the discussion on the Boys and Girls Club parcel and selling that, the body, voted to go ahead and approve that with 3 stipulations. I just wanted to let you know that their attorney got back to us. They met all 3 of those stipulations, ensuring that there would still be an easement down to the water, keeping the county apprised of any bids that come in, and also making sure that the county is not held liable for any environmental cleanup that may be associated with the county. They agreed to all 3 of those, so they're moving forward. I just wanted to let you know that.
When I know on the easement, it actually is a separate piece of property, so that
Correct.
shouldn't even be a problem, so. Okay, next item, correspondence. Was that, didn't you have?
It was
that?
technically unfinished business, but I guess it could have went under correspondence too, so.
Okay. Anything under new business you want to tell us about? No? Okay. And then now I guess we're at public comment. So anyone that has any public comment, if you come up and state your name, oh, actually, why don't we start with Sharon, because she did fill out the card. Go ahead and come up to the podium.
Are you discussing anything to do with campgrounds at this meeting or no? Is that what it pertains to?
We're literally at the end of the meeting after this public comment. So nothing else is, after we're done with public comment,
Do I make a comment today then, or?
we can.
Okay.
This is your 3 minutes, so.
Fine. I just have one quick thing. Our deck that we have is 14 by 20. I see the new ordinances are proposing 10 by 20 max.
14 by 14.
10 by 14.
14 by 14.
Okay.
200 square feet.
200 square feet, no matter what configuration.
Correct.
Okay, so what is the difference overall in having that deck down or having that deck in a big tent that is gonna probably kill the grass? In my mind, there's no difference. It's the same impact. So I would like to see the, I don't know if I want to say the size of the decks taken out of that. I think overall, it's gonna be the same impact. So that's my point. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now, anybody else that would like to offer public comment? You want to come to the podium, state your name and address? Anybody? How about online? We have 47 people online. Somebody wants to say something. Nothing? No one raised their hand? This was,
Hard.
did it really?
Yeah, it was hard. I don't know.
Okay. All right, if no one else has any public comment, close public comment. Move into motion.
That's a motion.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Gleason, supported by Commissioner,
We haven't closed session yet.
no, we
Okay.
supported by Commissioner LaHaye. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.